when people say, I have to be strong for my family, what that usually ends up looking like in practice is that they're not asking for help and they're pretending like everything's fine. There's this idea that I'm supposed to maintain an image that everything is fine, and I'm not allowed to let anybody know that I'm struggling. So I'm not going to let people know that I'm sad. I'm not going to let people know that I'm scared. I'm just going to be strong for my family, and therefore that will kind of help ease the burden of other people. That's the idea. It's coming from a good place because people are trying to protect their family. They're trying to not be a burden. They're trying to be an example that everything's going to be fine. And even though it's coming from a good place and it's kind of a noble thing to do, in the long run, it leads to a lot of repression, suppression, and all these emotions to start to build and build and build inside until eventually it creates a lot of pressure on the nervous system. People can get sick. People can develop anxiety. People can start to have trouble sleeping. And eventually, these emotions end up coming up to the surface anyways. So eventually, you're put into a position where you have to ask for help because the emotional burden inside gets so much that it just starts to come out whether you like it or not. So in the long run, it's better to be a little bit more transparent. If you are struggling, to just say, yes, I'm struggling, just like everybody else. You don't have to put on a brave face, right? That's what you've been taught. You've been taught to put on a brave face, pretend like everything's fine, and be strong for your family, which basically just means lie, right? Basically, lie about how you're doing, lie about how you're really feeling, so that other people aren't bothered by that. Look, there's a balance to all this. Sometimes it is nice to kind of uh, be thoughtful about when and how to share what you're feeling. But in general, I find that most people are uh, holding things in way more often than they're letting it out. At least the type of people that would be watching this video. Like if you're still here watching this video, you're probably an internalizer. You're probably somebody who's keeping it all in, trying to put on a brave face, and eventually it all just kind of creates a lot of pressure inside and makes you feel really bad. So my advice to you is to start to be a little bit more open, start to ask for help a little bit more, set aside time to process the feelings, and the more you let it out, the better it is for you, and in the long term, the better it is for everybody because it's not going to explode one day. So if you need any help, reach out. I try to answer all my messages, but best of luck.